Hi, welcome. Come on in. Pull up a seat. Thank you. Thanks for sending hearts already. Wow, this is awesome. Come on in, everybody. We're just looking at my website to get started, and that's where you can find me. Hi, Lisa. Oh, thank you for inviting followers. That's so great. Thank you so much. Awesome. Well, it's a little windy out here. I'm going to turn the camera around. Let's see how this goes here. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Deb Coleman of debcoleman.com. And thank you so much for stopping in and checking it out. I'm a writer and an editor and a coach. Thanks for the hearts. And I have been on Periscope. You can't really say you're on Periscope, I don't think, if you're not broadcasting. And truth is, I haven't been broadcasting. So today I thought, you know what? There's no time like the present. That's mostly what I do, is just kind of jump in and oh, thanks for the hearts. Maybe you feel that way too. So I wanted to start sharing what I do in my business, and I do believe that using Periscope is really a great way to do it. So I wanted to just start it. And I am a writer and an editor and a coach who help people get their message. Thank you, Alicia, for inviting followers. And thank you, too, that you do the same, or same here. Maybe that means you're watching and you need to jump in. So I'll follow you and watch you, too. So anyway, it's really important in business to get your message out into the world in a polished and professional way. It's really how we establish who we are and what we do when people don't really get to see us. So when we get to broadcast this way, it is a way for people to get to know us a little bit. But without that, often the only way they get to know us is through our words. So we really need to put some time and effort into the words that we use and how we present that. And that's what I wanted to talk about. And we'll get started right now. I have a couple of cards here just so that you can find me if you haven't already. You can find me at Deb Coleman Writing on Twitter and here on Periscope. And my website is debcoleman.com, just my name. So check that out if you haven't already. There's some free tips about writing there too. One of the most important parts about writing is what you do before you actually sit to write, and that's what I thought we'd talk briefly about today. I'm also open to any questions you might have. So one of the things you need to do is to think about the time of day you're going to sit down to write, what day of the week is best for you, and the fact that you have enough time to do what it is you want to write about. So whether it's website copy, training materials, sales pages, your book, your article, you want to make sure that you have enough time to do that and that you set that time aside for yourself that is uninterrupted. And then you want to look at the setting where you're going to write. Is really very important. We want to control as many of the things as we can to make the words flow more easily. Thanks so much for the hearts. So you want to look at whether you're in your house or in your office, whether you're outdoors like I am today. Sometimes I find most of my inspiration outside, so I might move my laptop outside to do that and to just get a break from being indoors. So find what works for you, and if you're not sure, play around with it and spend some time doing that, trying out the different conditions. The other thing is when you sit to write, have a sense of what your purpose is. And I often suggest that clients write that down on their paper or at the top of their computer screen. What is it you're wanting to convey today? Well, I'm creating a sales page because I want people to sign up for my course. Well, then that's what you want to make sure you stay focused on. And then you want to think very clearly about your target audience and write to them. Even envision them sitting right there with you and that you're writing to them so that you really, it helps you kind of stay focused and to do a better job speaking to them and using words that they use. And write the way you speak. try not to get hung up thinking about better words or a better way to say it. Just write it the way that you would say it if someone was there sitting with you right then. It's really the way to keep it more conversational and more authentic to who you are. And that's basically what we do in our business is people do business with us as a person, not with us as our business name or our company. It's really, many of us are solopreneurs. And when you hire me, for instance, with your writing or editing, you get me. You don't get my business. You get me, Deb, looking at your work, writing, talking to you, telling you what I think you might want to change to improve your message. So it's really important that we convey that to people. Periscope is a great way to do that. And taking time with your writing ahead of time is another way too. So set the stage, control if you're hungry, if you're not feeling great, if you have a lot on your mind, take care of those things first. If you have a lot of distractions like your to-do list or your grocery list, I suggest you write them down and then set them aside so that you really can get down to the business at hand. Some people like to journal before they actually do their business writing, or meditate, or do yoga, or go for a walk, or do whatever you need to do to get out, either movement or those distractions out of the way so that you can sit and really focus for the time you've set aside to write. And then the other really big mindset piece is regardless of your approach to writing, try to maintain a positive attitude. Some of us didn't love school or didn't love English or don't think we're good spellers, and that doesn't really matter. I mean, we need to just know that we can all improve our writing all the time. So we want to start with a good, healthy mindset that says, yes, we are writers. Yes, we can do it a little bit better every time. And to stop any of that negative self-talk that might get in the way of getting your message out. So I really encourage you to even write some of those things on your paper or on your computer screen. Yes, I'm a writer. Or use positive affirmations. I'm so glad that writing my blog is coming so easy. Or I'm really so happy that I'm writing what I need to do today on my website. And then finish with the why. I'm so glad I'm writing my About Me page. Why? Because it's a way for people to get to know me. So kind of remind yourself and keep that top of mind. That's why we do what we do. And one of my other tips as we are writing is to not edit. Even as an editor, I try to leave that till after all the writing is done. We really want to get the writing out and then come back and work with it and tweak it and fix the things that need to be fixed. But when we're writing and we kind of can get in the zone, we don't want to start and stop. We want to just keep going. So I really encourage you to do the same thing. Happy to answer any questions you might have. I do have some free writing tips on my website. That is www.debcoman.com. It's this, COMAN. And if you sign up there, if you're interested in being on my list, you'll get a free gift of these tips, some of what we talked about today, some more about keeping the words flowing. And then I'm so sorry the comments are not showing. Okay, here we go. What do you think about hiring content writers on your behalf? Well, obviously, I'm so sorry if I missed comments. They were way in the bottom of my screen. So sorry. And thank you, Josie Marie, for putting that. That is my website, debcoman.com. So please, if you made comments before, if you wouldn't mind doing it again, I apologize for missing them. So hiring content writers, yes, I do a lot of that. People do hire me. When they want me to write for them start to finish, it's really tough. Because I think it's important that your writing stay in your voice, not my voice. So when someone wants me to write for them, I really ask and encourage them to do as much of the writing that they can do for themselves and then allow me to help them work with it. So we can edit till the cows come home, but it's really nice to start at least with some of their writing. Because again, I think that's who they're presenting to the online world, or to wherever their writing is going, that it really should be them and not me. However, when we work together for some time, I certainly do fairly quickly get to know your voice so people can give me less and less. And they could say, I really want to write something up about how I do my such and such service, and I can do that. What kind of content have I written? I've written people's website copy, so their About Me pages, their service pages, sales pages. I also coach and help people develop their programs so we can kind of talk and work out and problem solve what it is you're thinking about, either writing or creating or a product. And then I can do the writing and the editing that relate to getting that out into the world into a finished piece. I work with book authors, whether they're published or not, and I've edited a number of books, magazines, magazine articles. Let's see, I already said training materials, really just about anything. And kind of my approach to business is I usually say yes. I usually say, sure, I'll try that. I'm very honest about what I've done before or what's new to me, but I'm a quick learner, and that's really how I've expanded, and I've gotten the experience I've gotten. I am planning to go on a trip to Africa to offer a writing program in April, and that's because I made a connection with someone with a with a touring company who asked me to do that because I write for him. What is the toughest thing for you as a writer? For me, I don't have a lot of difficulty with my writing. I mean, knock on wood, I typically can sit down and write a blog post without really worrying about it too much. Things usually come fairly easily, and I do think that that's kind of my gift, that I can help people with their message too. So I very much enjoy writing my own things, but I really enjoy helping you get your work out there and helping you be happy with what it is. So thanks, Shelley, for joining. Welcome. We're just talking about writing and editing, and any questions you might have are welcome. Great. And I'd love to know what you guys are doing. And if you're on Periscope and if you're broadcasting too, I'd love to follow you as well. It's really important to just jump in, I think. I've been watching for a while, and the longer I waited to broadcast, the more nerve-wracking it was becoming. So today I thought, hi, Shelley, how are you? Thanks for joining, Josie Marie. Thank you. And I really wanted to just jump in and start. So that's basically what I've done with my business. It's about 3 years old. I decided that I really enjoyed writing and editing and helping someone. Thank you, Shelley, who had a PR business. And when she decided to go back to corporate, I decided, you know what, hey, I like what I'm doing. I need to figure out how to make this my work, my full-time work. So it has now become that. And I really believe that all of us can do that with really just about anything. Something you like to do, something you're good at. And then, of course, it's important to market it and make connections. Hi, Blogging a la Mode. Thanks for joining. And we can just always get better at what we do and more experience. And I really have based my business on connection and communicating with people. So if someone hires me to do something, and I also am intuitive, so I'm intuitive as well as very fact-based. I can really pay attention to the words and be meticulously careful with the wording and errors and proofing and grammar. But I also am intuitive in that I really like to connect with people and know what it is they really want and what they need help with, and make sure that I also kind of can get a sense if mostly people are happy, don't get me wrong, but occasionally when it seems like, oh, maybe I didn't really quite do what it was that they thought I was going to do, or they weren't clear on what they wanted, it's very important to me that they be satisfied. And that has gone a long way, really, that I just kind of try to do things because they're the right thing to do. So sometimes I've offered my services to nonprofits and people like that who were not in a position to really hire at that time. And it's always good karma. It has always come back to me in a good way because people spread the word. And many of us are out there just trying to help each other and support each other and do not need to be in competition. There's plenty for everybody. I very much believe in that, an abundance mentality. And it's just, you just have to jump in and do things and connect. So I'm happy to connect with you here. Thank you so much for watching, whether you're watching live or on the replay. There will be more. I'm planning to share more about my writing process and my editing tips so that you can use them yourself with your own work for whatever kind of writing that you do. Hi, 7 Networking. Thanks for joining. So we're talking about writing, and thanks for your hearts. And I'm happy to answer any questions you might have, or